If there's one thing I've learned from quitting my job thousands of times and changing cities, it's that you cannot escape yourself. Doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter who you're with, you are the one you have to live with. And it's a beautiful journey, it's a beautiful thing. When I first started to kind of come to this conclusion, or when I learned this from the outside rather than realizing it from the inside when I was in my 20s, I was like, oh shit, because I didn't really know what all my blind spots were or how to address them or anything. But over time, you realize that it actually is a fun journey and there's no greater adventure than coming into greater awareness of yourself. So that's what this video is about. Even though being in a new environment is really helping with my outlook on life overall, because you're surrounded by new things. Anytime, I'm sure you've had this experience, you travel, you put yourself in a new context, then you yourself have a little bit of a different sort of experience. And so that's happening here organically. But outside of that, I've been to Puerto Rico, this part of Puerto Rico, many times. So it's not, it's not like a completely novel endeavor. But in any case, so what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you five shifts that are happening internally, things that I'm practicing intentionally, don't look at my bra, that have really increased my overall optimism, improved my life outlook exponentially, and make me feel really warm and protected and calm, have really relaxed me in general, and I want to share them with you. We're not reinventing the wheel here, okay? This wheel is just a different color, has different traction. It might roll a little bit smoother for you. So just stick around and hear me out, okay? Because I have certain ways of presenting these things that you may have heard of before. And that's that. Okay, so let's get into it. Number 1, gratitude. Don't leave. Just wait. I want to talk about this for a second, okay? So, if you're in the mental health space, gratitude is not a new thing for you. And I understand that. However, and I'll add to it, I started practicing gratitude in small ways when I heard that you're supposed to, years ago, I don't know how long ago, in my journal. And that was that. And when you really think about it, when you really pause, there's always something. If you're sitting here on wherever you are, on a bus or on a couch or a cushion, a chair, and you have internet and you're on a device, there's got to be something, right? So there's always something to be grateful for. And so, as a practice, it was like pretty easy to do that. Set aside time to sit down and write about the things. But if you do that often enough as a habit, it starts to become like an impulse. So that's what gratitude has become for me now. It's not only like me sitting down and writing down the things I'm grateful for, although I do still do that, but also in the morning when I wake up or all times of the day. It's a mindset shift that it's become now. So what I'm trying to say is I encourage you to practice this, because it's not only about doing it in particular times of the day, although you have to start somewhere, but also just ingraining it as a habit. And I'll take this even further by saying that I've been practicing having gratitude even for the things that are difficult. So think about a time when someone has really frustrated you, or you couldn't find something, or someone said something that you didn't like, or whatever it is. I challenge you to take it even further, because I've been doing this and I'm like, wow, gratitude for the things that are hard helps you realize the lessons and what is helping you change. And my eyes are all over the place because people are walking by. I'm like, what? Don't look at me. Anyway, yes, I've been doing this a lot recently. I'm grateful that this person is showing me more patience, showing me how to communicate more clearly, showing me that I need to learn to regulate my own emotions, things like this. Switching things back toward gratitude has been enormously life-giving, and I cannot recommend it enough. So the first point is gratitude, but it's not just gratitude. It's gratitude as a habit. It's gratitude as just a lens. A full-time, 100%, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week lens through which to see the world change your life. Number 2, recognizing privilege. This one's a little bit kind of similar to, I guess, number 1, or they're kind of related, but so I won't linger on it very long. But by recognizing privilege, I just mean, I'm not the inventor of this, but shifting perspective from I have to I get to. And so I can use like the example of having to clean something, make my bed, for example. I get to make this bed. I have a bed to sleep in that's soft and comfortable and allows me to get a full 8 hours of rest, so that my brain can heal and my gut can digest and clean all of the debris out. And so I can wake up in the morning with a clean head and energy and ready for the day to produce new whatever it is, okay? Anyway, so yes, it's just a matter of recognizing that those things that can be a little bit annoying are actually a gift. Anyway, okay, so that's that. People are walking by. I think they're getting ready. It's Friday night. People are getting ready to go out, so I'm going to speed this up. Number 3, everyone is supporting me. So if you're anything like me, and I think this also has to do with attachment theory, I'm going to just plug Amir Levine here because I've been kind of reading or listening to his content, and I just downloaded a book of his. Anyway, I, over the course of time, realized that I had grown very suspicious of others and did not trust that they had the best intentions for me, and I've always been, or had realized that I was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And so instead, I have recently shifted my mindset to assume that everyone is supporting me. And it's phenomenal because I recognize that I'm asking for things that I normally would predict would be declined and wouldn't even bother requesting. And I'm getting the things that I desire just because I'm not getting in my own way by assuming that people don't want to help me. It's ridiculous. And I don't think that I really even realized how many doors I kept closed on account of this limitation. So I encourage you to try this. You can turn it into a game. Let me just make it a small thing. See if they'll buy you a coffee. I don't know. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a really big thing. And then later on, before you know, you're asking for a raise. But in any case, everyone is supporting me is an assumption that actually has proven true. Probably been surrounded by more people who wanted good for me or with whom I would be engaged in a mutually beneficial relationship, even more so than I've ever realized, just from trying it. So everyone is supporting me is a lovely assumption to make. Okay, number 4. Finding meaning in small things. My lifestyle right now, I have swapped. I'm not going to linger on this one, but I'm just going to say I have swapped sort of a type of work that earns more accolades and looks good on paper and looks more accomplished for a type of work right now that looks very menial, and I'm loving it. So the mindset shift around this is that little things that really matter, even small exchanges with strangers, really do a lot for our health, and that includes these small menial tasks that I have exchanged my regular daily work for. I actually find them very purposeful, and somebody has to do it. And so why not me? No, it's quite beautiful and meditative. It's meditative to water the plants. We chat every day, and maybe you already do this, okay? But just remember that I'm coming from New York City, where I don't talk to anyone. I don't talk to human beings, let alone plants. Number 5, before we hit the bonus. Okay, listening. And I'm not talking about listening to other people, although that could be a byproduct of this. But recently I've been practicing listening to my inner guidance. And yes, listening to your intuition. Shocking. No, but truly cultivating an ear for one's inner voice. I mean, if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you have a hard time hearing yourself think or feel. You know, and some environments are more conducive to this than others. But like I said, coming from a high stimulation, high pressure city like New York, I wasn't paying attention to myself. I've been practicing listening more to my inner voice, and it feels like I'm being guided and supported, and I feel relaxed because I feel like I always know what to do. And so that really has calmed a lot of anxiety and nervousness around my life's choices. I don't feel like I need to figure everything out and see everything from a mile away like I used to, or that I needed a full concrete plan, because every day I get a little download or several, and that's been really calming for me. So that's the 5th one. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed those. And if you've gotten this far, you've earned a bonus. They're not mindset shifts, but they are habits that support the mindset shifts. Okay. And if you have been a member of my channel for a little while, then you've seen me discuss this in other videos. But there are 2 things that I have quit that support enormously the relaxation and inner calm that I experience through these mindset shifts, and makes these mindset shifts easier to access and more habitual for me. And those are sugar and coffee. When I quit caffeine, I have lower cortisol and I'm more relaxed. I notice that I am quicker to anger, and I have greater irritability when I'm drinking coffee. And so not having coffee really just helps this a lot. But it's just easier to live peacefully when you're not angry, because you're impatient. So caffeine would be one. And then sugar, if you never quit sugar for a period of time, you're not going to realize this. And it drives me crazy. I mean, I guess drives me crazy is kind of like a little bit of an exaggeration, but I always think it's funny when I bring up things like quitting coffee or quitting caffeine or whatever it is. You know, having discipline around certain things that could have ownership over us if we aren't careful. And just as an exercise, not like a, demonization of any substance. But in any case, yeah, when folks respond like, I just want to enjoy my life. It's like, well, I mean, if you've ever experienced, you wouldn't say that if you've ever experienced your life without the thing, because then you would have the knowledge of how enjoyable life is without it as well. It's a different type of enjoyment. Some would say superior. That's a matter of opinion. Just give it a shot. Anyway, so I digress. When I don't have sugar, I'm way more optimistic. I notice a dip in mood, a little bit of a cloud when I'm having a lot of sugar. And I love sugar. I have a major sweet tooth. Big fan. but when I take it out, I can do anything. It's unbelievable. I'm unstoppable, and I'm so happy. Okay, well, that's all I have. Lots of people are walking by now because I think they're showering from the beach and getting ready to go put on their finest bufanda scarf as a dress and shake their booty to the night away. Thank you for watching. If you want to hear more about travels or something I haven't thought of, please provide feedback, as I am a young channel and I'm learning from you. And I'll see you at another colorful wall in the next video. Bye.